I have an honest question for you. Maybe I'm glazing myself a little bit. I'm assuming many of you work in a legitimate corporate environment. Struggle's not the right word. One of the themes in my thinking, especially over the past few years, is like search not the meaning of life, but searching for meaning in day-to-day life. The ever-present knowledge that one day you are going to die. So what do you want to do with the time that you have on earth? And even, I think I work in a bizarrely meaningful job in the sense that I'm delivering like small batch bespoke entertainment direct from the farm to the consumer with only one middleman in the process who usually stays out of the way, except every once in a while they send me an email that's like, don't forget to drink water. But even still, sometimes I get like, 3 hours into a 5-hour stream and I'm like, what the fuck are we doing here, man? We should all be out like, I don't even know, like having a picnic or something. I'm not saying we need to live in the woods, but shouldn't we be like talking to each other and like figuring out what makes each other tick and telling jokes and eating food and stuff like that? But like, how do you not crash out constantly if your job is like selling? And I'm not picking on this because I think it's the most, bankrupt job of all time from a spiritually meaningful standpoint. But how do you not crash out constantly when you're like, I'm getting stressed out over like trying to sell software to another software company? I think I would have to like put the mic down in the middle of the presentation and be like, what are we doing here? We wrote some code. I'm now trying to sell you the code so that you can integrate the code to sell your code to customers or to another business. I don't know, man. Especially when you've been doing it for like, I don't even know, like 15, 20 years, man. It doesn't matter. Like it matters because you get paid and you could like, live your life with the money. But like, it's all a magic trick, right? That's crazy. Unfortunately, we're just the shadows on the wall, not the people casting the fire. I don't even know how to interpret that, but that sounds very deep. That sounds deep. We're the shadows on the wall, not the dude making the fire. That's crazy. That's Plato? Yeah, I'm familiar with the allegory of the cave. I'm just saying, like, that's a reference to the allegory. Are you the guy who calls? Okay, now I see how you don't crash out, because you focus on the day-to-day minutia of shit that pisses you off instead of always worrying about the bigger picture. I'm back. I'm recentered. Thank you for that. You brought me back. Are you the guy who calls out the reference? Hey, I know what that reference is. Yeah, we all know what the reference is, buddy. You're not the first dude to watch a video essay, okay? I guess mostly you're just concerned with lunch, which is actually, I think that's where the meaning of life comes in, man. It's not a big swing being like, here's my legacy. It's more like, how many burritos did you get to eat over the course of your life? And were you really tasting them, or were you just shoving them into your gullet while you were looking at your phone? Maybe there's an element of that, man. Maybe there's an element of that. Lunch it's goated. I still think it's the best meal. I think virtue signalers will say breakfast. Dinner's a classic. I'm not going to be mad at someone saying dinner's a classic. Brunch clears. We don't do that anymore. That's not true. On Saturday, we went to a Chinese restaurant that also serves all-day breakfast, and it was like a little bit dirty, and it had like 6 tables, and we paid cash and left a cash tip, and it felt good as fuck. It felt fucking amazing, man. It felt like going out for breakfast in like the year 2001. It took me right the fuck back, man. They hate your cash ass? They don't. I don't even want to say this because you're going to make it seem like this is why I did it and this is not why I did it. But when we gave a cash tip, the dude looked at me like I was insane. He looked at me like I'd lost my mind. Like he looked at the money and looked at me as if to say like, what is this? And I said, it's a tip. And he went, oh, thank you so much. And I was like, damn, is that really not like, people are not doing this anymore, man. For me, I love a cash tip, man. It does make you, it is Tony Soprano coded. I was a waiter 4 years ago. It was normal then. I still feel like it's normal, man. I just feel like, I don't know why people are so attached to just paying by credit card. I love paying by cash, man. It just feels good. I work in service. We love cash. I cash tip. They love it. Sorry. I forgot. Oftentimes on Monday, I forget chat is not necessarily... I'm not saying not real people. People keep assuming that I'm saying my chat is somehow... They're not real people. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying they're not representative of a normal sample of the population. It is a U.S. holiday. I forgot, man. Elaborate on that? It's Memorial Day. Oh, you mean elaborate on chat not being a representative sample of society? Well, I was just in Apollo's chat for like 20 minutes, and then like they were arguing about whether aliens would be benevolent or malevolent, and the like people's feelings were genuinely getting hurt. And then I just got off from a weekend where I was talking with people my own age about like, you know, restaurants and like how our kids are doing in school and stuff like that. Like, so that's what I mean when I say it's not a representative sample necessarily. And I'm probably not a representative sample either, but you got to find a balance somewhere, you know, in the middle. You don't want me to crash out on the alien stuff. I've said it before. People whose entire education is video essays are like, you would have to be stupid to think that we're the only intelligent life in the universe. And then you just, you blow the argument out of the water. You just say, you at them with their username, and then you say, source? And then they go, there's billions of galaxies with billions of stars in them, each one of which can have dozens of planets. So you go, source? Evidence? Any evidence for that? Oh, you really think that a quadrillion is not a big number? Like they start appealing to generalities. I'm not saying there's not aliens. I'm just saying, like, I don't think you're an idiot for believing that there are or there aren't until, you know, one of them says, take me to your dealer. That's all I'm saying. Plus, you never know. Maybe their fucking heckin' big chonker planet is so huge they can't get their lard-ass rockets to escape velocity or something. Who knows, man? I was there. No one responded to you when you asked for source. Well, they did respond. You can go back. I believe one of them said my ass, which is actually something I think that's a valid argument. Should I switch to business in university? Chat's going to tell you no, but it actually might be the move. They're going to say, like, you don't learn anything. And it is true. That seminal tweet about how, like, business majors will complain about how hard their schooling is, and then you walk by the classroom and they have something on the whiteboard that says, like, profit equals revenue minus cost. But it really does seem like you can use that to, like, your advantage by getting a good job afterwards. So I don't know. That might be the kind of play you're interested in, man. All the dumbest people in the world went to business school. Yeah, but, like, don't take this the wrong way. Are they that dumb if they went to business school and now they didn't have to work that hard in school and now they make a lot of money at, like, a job that is very successful for them? Because, like, I feel like there's, like, an element of, like, maybe that's the smartest decision of all, man. I still don't like him? Well, that's fair. I think, to be honest, you should, like, meet him first. I guess it's easy to have, like, hate in your heart. I'm sure there's, like, good ones and bad ones. You think the popularity of the Autobattler genre says something about modern society, like how we become lazier? Nope. Not at all. Couple of reasons. I don't think Autobattlers are really that popular, for one. I don't really think society's gotten lazier, to be honest with you. And if anything, I think that your statement is almost meta. I think that you're trying to draw a conclusion from, like, 7 irrelevant pieces of data says it unveils and spotlights a truth about the human brain, which is trying to force patterns into situations where none exist. And if anything, the commentary that I think that gives on modern society is people these days have way more opinions than sense. You don't need to have an opinion on that. The game's good, you play it. If it's not good, don't worry about it so much. I really don't feel like people are lazier. That's for sure, though. Maybe a bit since work from home. I mean, I wasn't alive in the 60s, but did you ever see Mad Men? All they do is, like, smoke cigarettes, drink at, like, 10 a.m., and then, like, sleep with their secretaries, and then they're like, oh, shit, the CEO of Coca-Cola's coming in. And then Don Draper's like, drink Coke, it tastes good. Coke, the American taste. And then they're like, oh, fuck, we never fucking thought about that, because at our office, we're doing exactly the same thing. We're just smoking and drinking all the time. You're a fucking genius, Don Draper. You're the smartest ad man that's ever existed. You have to just trust. I mean, you don't have to trust. You could dispute the trust. But, like, I don't feel good about saying this because I find it a little too... It's too easy to score +2s with this. But, like, I think if anything, society becoming lazier over time is actually like a good thing. Like, didn't they invent the machines in the first place so that we would have to like do less shit? So like, again, I'm not just trying to pander, but like they invented the machines and people are as busy as they've ever been, if not busier. Something went wrong, man. Also, like, I think laziness is both a vice and a virtue. Being lazy about things that are important is a vice, which doesn't even necessarily mean that it's bad, but it's a vice. But being lazy about shit that doesn't matter is virtuous, man. Like, I'm sorry, if you're too lazy to dust, that's a virtue. You don't even know that it's like, it's there, man. The dust on top of the shelf, you don't need to worry about it. It doesn't do anything. It's never affected anybody. You could just get like an air filter or something. You can literally see it on top of the mantle. Not me, bro. I didn't even make the basketball team as a kid. I'm allergic to dust. Literal skill difference. You start sneezing, then you know, maybe that's the time for the work ethic to kick in. But otherwise, if anything, shit. If anything, these days I get annoyed because people are like, I don't think it's even hustle culture or anything. I think it's just any opportunity to like strike out at your fellow man is very appealing, which I can really relate to and understand. But like, if you eat out, people are like, don't you know you can make food at home? And then if you make food at home, people are like, jarred sauce. Yeah, he cooked with a jarred sauce. He didn't even do the J. Kenji Alt Lopez Google how to make the best, you know, fettuccine Alfredo. Prep time, 8 hours, 15 minutes. Cook time, 45 minutes. He didn't even do that shit, man. He didn't even, like, hand forage anchovies from the fucking beach or anything like that. It's crazy, man. Doesn't sneezing feel so good? That's the type of shit the cavemen were talking about back in the day, man. And you're fucking real for that one, dude. Sneezing feels good as hell. This is not, like, knocking my mom. But anytime we like use a jarred sauce to cook pasta for our daughter, she's like, you know, it's not that hard to make pasta sauce yourself. And I'm like, I know, I did it in college when I was skipping class and I had the same attitude, but now we got shit to do. Okay, we don't get a lot of time, okay? I'm making 11 portions of pasta to then reheat in the microwave for the next like 6 days. We're just getting it done. It tastes good. It's going in the fridge. It's meal prep stuff, okay? And we're not even using like the Classicos, okay? We're using Rayos. I think it tastes the same as the Classico, but it better be better because it's like $5 more per jar. But so I don't know, man. Meanwhile, in like the 1950s, I mean, people were literally like, they were having TV dinners for dinner, man. It's called an American bento box. We're an American bento. What are your thoughts on the rise of anti-intellectualism? I think it was happening before I got here, but yeah, it does piss me off. And people aren't gonna like this take, but I really, I'm like, do I even want to say it? I feel like if you're saying shit like let people enjoy things, you're not responsible for it, but you're like complicit in the normalization of anti-intellectualism. I think it's okay to like stupid stuff, but like, you know, framing it as some kind of like a noble pursuit is kind of crazy to me. I only watch very cerebral stuff like The Devil's Plan. Pseudo-intellectualism is even more rampant. Wow, dude, you're so meta, even this acronym type shit.